Good morning, dear student. Today, our topic is queue data structure. As we already know that queue is a linear type of data structure. Now, what is queue? Queue is a linear data structure. It works on FIFO principle. FIFO stands for first in, first out. What does it mean? It means that the element we add in the queue first will be the first element that gets pulled off. In a simple manner, we can say that queue is first come, first serve approach. Okay, now in queue, insertion takes place from last called rear and deletion takes place at start called front end. Now a simple line that you see every day is an example of queue. Now this is a line, and if someone want to join that line, he will join from at the last, which is called rear, and if someone want to leave that line, he will leave from the start, that is called front. So you will see that a line is an example of queue because here insertion is taking place at the last and deletion is taking place at the front. Now there are two basic operation in queue. First is enqueue and second is dequeue. In enqueue, we will add element in a queue, and we know that if you want to add any element, it will be added at the rear side. And in dequeue, we will delete any element from queue, and we know that deletion will take place at the front side. Okay, now this is our example. This is a queue where there are already three elements: 10, 20 and 30. 10 is on index 0, 20 is on index 1 and 30 is on index 2. So here front is already 0 and rear is already 2, because front is pointing index 0 and rear is pointing index 2. Now we perform some enqueue and dequeue operation and in that queue. In our first operation, we are enqueuing 40, and 40 will be added in the rear side after 30, and after adding 40 we will increment the rear by 1. Rear equals to rear plus 1. Initially rear was 2, now rear is 3. Okay, in next case we are dequeuing 10, and we know that dequeue operation will take place from the front side. So here 10 will be deleted, and again we will increment the front by 1. Front equals to front plus 1. Initially front was 0, now front is 1 because we have deleted the 10, and front will be pointing index 1 now. Next we are dequeuing 20, and after dequeuing 20 front will be 2 and rear will be 3. Next we enqueue 50. Again 50 will be added at the rear side because insertion takes place at the rear side. So now 50 will be added at the last, and rear will be incremented by 1. Now rear is 4 and front is 2. Now this is the main condition for enqueue. Here you are seeing that although there are two spaces left, but these two spaces are at the front end, not in rear end. So although we are having space, but we cannot add 60 in our queue because queue is overflowed, because uh, we know that insertion will take place from the rear side, not on the front side. If we add 60 here, what does it mean? It means we are inserting element on the front side, so it is not possible. Now we dequeue 30. After dequeuing 30, front will be 3 and rear will be 4. Again we dequeue 40, and after dequeuing 40, front will be 4 and rear will be 4. Now again this is also a very important condition. Here you see that front and rear both are equal. Front is 4 and rear is 4. If front and rear both are pointing a same index, what does it mean? It means there is only one element left. Now if we delete 50, so what does it mean? It means that our queue will be underflow now, because after deleting 50 there is no element left, and if there is no element left and we perform dequeue operation, so it will print the underflow message. Okay, so this is a very important condition where front and rear both are equal, and if front and rear both are equal, we understand that there is only one element left now in a queue. Okay, now algorithm. Now see student, uh, there is one very important point. If you are inserting any element in a queue or stack, we will check the overflow condition, and if we are deleting any element from queue and stack, we will check for underflow condition. Okay, so here this is a function of in queue where we are passing list and item. List is the list and item that we will insert on that queue. So this is the condition for overflow. Here if rear is greater than equal to length of list, it is quite obvious. If length is 4 and rear is 5, so if there is the space of only 4 element, then how can there will be 5? Okay, so if rear is greater than equal to length of list, then it will overflow the queue, and if this is not the case, then we will append item on a list. Now dequeue, uh, again in dequeue we will check for the underflow condition. And what is the underflow condition? If front and rear is -1, then queue is underflow. Now the point is, how can front and rear would be -1? So now from here you will see, if front and rear are 0, if front and rear both are 0, this condition you have seen on the example, and I have already told you that if front and rear both are 0, it means that there is only one element left, and if we delete that element, it's clearly mean that queue will be empty. And if queue will be empty, what we will do, we will assign front and rear, we will assign -1 to front and rear. Okay, and if front and rear both are -1, it will be the condition for overflow. Okay, so this is the main condition when front and rear both are 0. If front and rear both are 0, then it means that there is only one element left in a queue, and if we delete that element, it clearly means that our queue is empty now. And if queue is empty, then we will assign -1 to front and rear both, and if front and rear both are -1, then it's clearly mean that queue is underflow. And if this is not true and second condition not true, we will pop the our element. And remember student, in stack we are not passing any argument, but here we are passing the argument, and argument is a index position of the front. Okay, because we are because what how pop function will work, if we do not pass any argument in pop, it will delete the last element, and if we pass the argument, it will delete the appropriate element, because in argument we are passing the index of that element. So here we are passing the index of that element. Okay, so that particular element will be deleted, and here again after deleting the element we are incrementing the front by 1. Okay, now some application of queue. In real life you will see waiting in line, that I have already told you, and waiting the on hold for tech support. So this is the real example. An application in computer science: round robin scheduling, job scheduling, keyboard buffer, and print queue. These are the application of queue in computer science. Now coming to our program, this is our program. This we will see practically in our ideally. Now this is the our ideally. There are three functions: in queue, dequeue, and display. For in queue, we item is already passed, so here we will just write list dot append, and what we are okay, this is capital letter, list dot append what we are appending item. Okay, so this is done. In dq, for dq, uh, first of all we have to check the underflow condition. And how can we check the underflow condition? lst is less than equals to 0, then print underflow, else if the underflow condition is not exist, then what will we do? We will print dq, comma, how can we um, how can we dq by lst dot pop. Here we pass the argument is index, and index is always 0, because front will be always 0 in Python. Okay, if you delete any element, then what will happen? List will be shifted, and front will be always at 0 index. Okay, now this is done. And for display, first of all what we do, we will use and will be len lst minus 1, and after that we will print a message q is, and then after we will use a for loop. For I in range, the range will be from and 2 minus 1 comma minus 1, as we used in our stack program. And we will print what we will print lst I lsti, and we will what we will do, we will use and for better clarity of our operations. And after that we will use print. Now this is done. Now for some operation, these are some operation here. Now we will run our program, see what happened. There is error, one error I have already seen. Now yes, this is the error. Here I am writing, this is a typing mistake. I hope yes. This is our program and it will already run. Now for in queue we have just write lst.append and item will be appended. Here you will see 23. 23 will be added in a list. Now we are in queuing 13. After 13 there are two elements in a queue, 13 and 23, and after each and every operation we are calling display function. Now dequeue. Now listen, we are not passing any argument because we know that it will be related from the front side. So here in front you will see that there is 23. You got 23 and okay, it will be added now. So here you can change that. Okay, you can change here. You will start from index 0 to index L E L LST. Okay, so it will be more clear now. Okay, so here you will see that initially we added 23 and after that we added in Q 13 to our list will be 23 and 13. Now we dequeue we only use dequeue function, and in dequeue function we noted that a front will be deleted. In front there is 23, so it will dequeue by default 23 will be dequeued and our queue will remain there is only one element 13. Okay, now we in queue 31, so our list will be 13 then 31. Okay, now we dequeue again. We we are not passing any argument. Why? Because we know that dequeue means it will delete the front, and here front is 13, so 13 will be dequeue. So there is only one element left, 31. Now we dequeue 31 again, so our list is empty. This is representing that our list is empty, and again we dequeue our queue, and it will print the message of underflow. Okay, so this is all about that queue implementation. Thank you students, and keep revising.